It is 12. It's after midnight. It's late. Forgive me. I'm not usually this late. But I gotta stop saying that because it gets later and later. Apologies. But I always say I'm gonna post every day. So, or go live every day, I should say. Who's up? Who is awake? Maybe some shea butter. And I might stay on here for a little while because I gotta. Supposed to be up at 3 a.m. I'm supposed to. Hey, awesome. How are you? How are you? Thank you. Are you warm? Are you safe? It's midnight where I'm at, so I'm not sure where you're located. But I hope you are warm because it is cold here. It's in the teens, I think. It's like 20-something degrees here. And it's like, I think with the wind chill, it's cold, right? Yeah, with the wind chill, it's like 16, I think. It's crazy cold here. This winter, I feel like I'm watching Game of Thrones. Winter is coming. Winter is here, okay? Winter is here. I am good. No complaints. I am here. I am warm. I'm good. No complaints. Put on some shea butter on my hands so they don't be so dry because, it's just the weather. So, how are you? What are you doing up this time of night? Where are you located, and are you driving? Are you at work? What's your job? Are you just at home? Hello, hello. Come on in. Come on in. How is everybody? Is everybody warm? It's cold outside. It's midnight here. It's after midnight here. I'm in Atlanta. Oh, you're Dubai. Oh, Dubai. Oh, that's so nice. Hello, hello. Is it Mika Denise? Micah Denise? Thank you, Micah. Is it Micah? I love y'all's names, but I can't pronounce any of them. Oh, my goodness. Hello, eyes open. Hello. Thank you. Is it Molly? Molly G? It's Micah. Micah? Micah. For God so loved the world. Yes. John 3:16. Yes, yes, yes. First. Okay. Hi. It's Mika, girl. All right, Mika. Hey, Mika. Hello, Messiah. Hello, Sharon. Hi, Sharon. We have a first timer. Woo woo. How are you? Hi, Paul. I am doing well. It is late. It is after midnight. I am in Atlanta, Georgia, but I always like to stay. Oh, thank you. I like to stay true to my word. I try to get on every day. And so lately it's been getting later and later, but I said I would stick to my word. I'm gonna jump on even after midnight. It is what it is. We good over here. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday, Messiah. Thank you, Ryan. Your skin is glowing. Ashlyn. It's going good. It's going good. No complaints. Why would you hate Georgia? Have you been here before? And what Georgia? Because there are a lot of, there's a country Georgia and then there's also state Georgia. Okay, it's my first time too. Hi, Paul. I'm glad you're doing well, Sharon. My name is Aysia, like the continent. I spell it differently, but I go by Aysia. It's spelled Aysia. It's 12:19 for you, isn't it? Yes, it is after. Yeah, it's about 12:20. It's 12:20 now. Yeah. So, okay, newbie. I'm here also. Honk honk. I'm here also. Oh, hi. Oh, okay. You're new too. A lot of newcomers. Hello, honk honk. That's funny to say. Honk honk. Okay. Um, can you make live by playing VR games? I don't play a lot of games. Like the most games I play is like Candy Crush. I used to be a Bejeweled fan. I'm not like a big gamer. I'm a millennial, which means I probably should play a lot more games, right? May Allah show you kindness. Thank you, Emerald Gardens. I work for a call center. What does everybody do? Where's everybody from? I work for a call center, and the worst customers are. Oh, what kind of calls are you taking? Oh man, Georgia, and I could see that though. Like now that you say that, I could see that. Especially in the call centers, because I'm sure people are always calling and complaining about something. It's 2020 here, yeah. So I guess you're on the East Coast. Okay. All right, Gio. My name is Aysia. Thank you for subscribing. Brooklyn. Oh, I was born in New York actually. I was born in Manhattan. And I moved to Florida when I was younger, so I've kind of bounced around. And now I'm in Georgia. And you're from Smith, and I lived in South Carolina for almost 15 years, so that gives you my age. I'm definitely a millennial. So yeah, okay. Thank you, Benjamin. I work on a hospital, yeah. So you're working like third shift then. Bless you, bless you. Thank you, Listina. Do I like white guys? Oh, that's cute. Okay. I don't have a preference. I don't have a preference. Okay. I always wanted to go to Atlanta. Come on. Come on, Sharon. Jackson Sport says hi. Hi. Texas. I just went to Texas in November. What part of Texas? Can you make a lot when you play Candy Crush? I don't play for money on Candy Crush. I don't know. You said, do you have anxiety? Why do you say that? Because I keep rubbing my hands. I just put some shea butter on my hands. So I'm rubbing it in because it's so dry here. Atlanta is W. I don't know what that means. What you mean by W? You mean like whack? Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. Oh, Beaumont. Okay, Beaumont. Yeah. I've been to Beaumont. No, I don't have a boyfriend. You're fidgeting a lot. No, I don't have anxiety. No, I just put this on before y'all got on. So I'm just rubbing it in. I am a Braves fan. Okay. Oh, Atlanta Braves. Yeah. Yeah. It's good. Falcons were not. You like the Braves. I don't mind the Braves. I don't have a team. I remember like I had a team and then we had the whole like Kaepernick thing and then I stopped having teams. But I did like I liked Peyton for a while and I liked people and not necessarily teams. So initially I had who was before Peyton retired, he had Tony Dungy. And I had kind of followed Tony Dungy for a while and then he, retired and then so I kind of followed people and not necessarily teams, but if I had to pick a team, probably Jacksonville Jaguars because I grew up in Jacksonville and they've never won. So I'm like going for underdogs at this point. That would be my thing. Jesus Christ loves you. Thank you. I heard about that. Okay. What's your favorite memory as a kid? Oh, that's a good question. My favorite memory as a kid. I had to think about that one. Hold on. You said if somebody takes a picture, I look like a light bulb. Okay. Thank you, Sharon. Do you know Fred Taylor? No, I don't. I'm a Hawks fan. Okay. So a little bit. I still gotta answer this question. What's my favorite memory as a kid? That's a good one. I'm thinking. Maybe my Barbie Jeep, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure I'll have something else to think of. I probably have several. But right now I'm thinking like when I got my Barbie Jeep, I felt like I was like on cloud nine. You know, my little motor thing. So maybe that one, I guess. Okay. So a little bit about me. My background is I'm a project manager. My specialty is marketing and consulting. I do large concerts and events. Most of my events are Southern Soul and Blues concerts, anywhere from 1,800 people to like 6,000. And yeah, I'm interested in like buying and selling, or buying and holding and buying and selling small businesses. So I've kind of been looking into some of that. Uh, I'm very into like mindfulness, wellness stuff. Yeah. I love my grandma. I love my mama. So I'm always checking up on them. I have a sore spot for senior citizens because I feel like one day we're all going to get older. So you need to take care of the people that take care of you. And they always tell really good stories and they always have something to say. And so I'm always drawn to that. But I also enjoy spending time. I spent some time in Kenya. I talked about it on the live last night. I spent some time in Kenya in October. I went to visit an orphanage for 10 days and it was life changing. And so it changes you a lot. It changes you a lot just being in a different scenario. I'm in America, going to Africa, seeing how they live and how they interact with each other. And their day to day was just, it was different. So I have a newfound respect for Kenya and Africa, and visiting an orphanage with all those kids. It was over 300 and something children there, and just to see how beautiful they were, even though they didn't know that they didn't have anything. It's like they didn't have, they had well water, so they would have to pull the water up from the well every day, and they would eat a lot of the same things every day. The kids would ask me, "Do I want any?" I was like, "No, baby, you got that. Go and eat your food." And they would, eat with their hands. They barely had spoons. Sometimes their cups and their plates would have like holes in them. So if they had like, they call it like maize, which would be like 3 different kinds of beans or something, very little seasoning, and they would eat that like it was, like it was McDonald's. So it just goes to show you how people live and the differences. Okay. Have you went to Disney World in Orlando? I have been to Disney World. It's been years though. Like, I don't know. Probably over 10 or 20. I'm in my 30s, so it's been a while. I've been a while. What is your favorite store? My favorite store. It's a good question. It used to be Victoria's Secret. I feel like I'm getting older now. I feel like it shouldn't be Victoria's Secret, but I feel like it still is. But favorite store. Right now it's Amazon. Okay. Let's see here. Favorite memory as a kid is throwing my dirty diaper. Oh my gosh. You are something else. That's crazy. Ew. I know you was cracking up too, I'm sure. I wonder what age you are. Okay. Blues songs is one of my favorite. Oh, I love that. Yeah, so we have a show coming up in February. February 15th, we're going to be in Little Rock, Arkansas. We have a show. We have Calvin Richardson, Century, H-Town, Dee Dee Jones, and I'm missing one. Bree Wooten. So, yeah. And this one's going to be probably one of our smallest ones. I think the venue's a little on the smaller side. So this one should sell out in a few, I guess in a couple weeks, it should be sold out. Yeah, okay. Old people are a bit gross. Oh no. I think it just depends. They have a lot of knowledge, right? They have a lot of wisdom. And they have really good, you know, they're funny. They're hilarious. Hey, Jace. Sharon says she's old school. Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, you know, we're all just getting here, you know, for the first time and everything. But you know, it's interesting because when you sit around older people and they tell you their thoughts and tell you how they're feeling, you're like, it's almost like it just never gets old. It never gets old. I could sit and listen to them all day, and they're hilarious. And I used to I used to work at a church, and every Tuesday the seniors would have their senior day or whatever. And I would go over there and I wear my high heels. And like, oh God, them high heels, I can't walk in them things no more. But you do you, boo. You look good in them. And so I would just sit there and laugh, and I would listen to all their stories and say, I used to go wear that, but not no more. You know, so I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Do I like what exactly? Do I like the blues stuff, the concerts and stuff? I love the concerts. You meet a lot of people, you meet a lot of artists, and then you realize that artists are people too. Church people are people too. Artists are people too. People are people. People are people. I am in a lot of different networks and I meet a lot of different people. And at the end of the day, people are people. Not a good thing, not a bad thing. It's just people are people. And so a lot of times when people are self-conscious or overthinking and have, like she said, have that anxiety, this is why I get on lives now, because I used to feel like, oh, I'm not this or I'm not that, and I can't do this, and I don't talk as well, and I'm not as articulate as I want to be. And then the older I get, and I'm like, people are people. Either they're going to like you or they're not going to like you. They're going to say stuff, or they're going to say stuff because they wish they could do the things that you are doing, because they're too afraid to do the things that you're doing. So just do it. If it's something that has been on your heart, if it's something that you've been contemplating day in and day out for months, for years, then you owe it to yourself to step out there and at least try it. And you don't have to try it and do everything at one time, but even just putting your toe in the water, even just doing something small, you'd be surprised how much better you feel, how much more alive you feel, just because you did that one little scary thing that you felt was so scary, and then you did it, and you see how many people are like, thank you for doing that, thank you for showing up, thank you for talking, thank you for just giving your opinion, because I've been feeling that way for so long and I've been so scared to do it. And now that you've given me permission, I've got to try it to see what's the worst that can happen, right? What's the worst that can happen? Oh, I got Riz. That's is that a Gen Z word, I think? Thank you. I think that's a good thing. I'm such a millennial. Okay. Hey, beautiful friend. Hey, FNS. Maize is corn in Spanish. Okay. You're cool. Okay. Oh, so what's my favorite food? My favorite food is mac and cheese. All day mac and cheese. And I've been cheating because usually I don't eat meat. And usually when I'm home and I'm not traveling, I tend to not even do vegetarian. I usually am just plant-based, but lately I've been like, it's okay. It's fine. I can do it. So I've been eating mac and cheese for like the last 3 or 4 days. I love it. And my sister makes this really good mac and cheese. She found it off Red Table Talk. The there was one episode where they did mac and cheese, and they showed you how they made the mac and cheese. I think it's Will Smith's ex-wife or first wife. I think it was her recipe, and so she was showing Jada and Willow how to make her recipe. And so my sister tried it like three Thanksgivings ago, and now it's like, oh, you have to make it. You have got to make it. And so Christmas this year, my sister got it, made a pan of it, and drove it back up. We drove it back up here, and so it's been in the freezer, and so I keep pulling some off and eating it every day, and it's still good. And that was Christmas, and I just take it out the freezer and I cut a piece and I and I put it in the oven and I heat it up. I love it. Oh, you want FNS? You are funny. Do you got any cousins that live with me? I'm staying with my sister right now. I moved out of a 3-bedroom house, and I felt like I had a lot of stuff. And because I went to Kenya, I think from Kenya and coming back to having all of that stuff, having all of that space, knowing how they lived and how I was living, I was like, oh, I'm ready to just let this stuff go. So I put some of my stuff in storage. I gave away most of my furniture, and I figured I would just travel for the next year to see what that kind of looks like. Kind of live outside of my comfort zone. Like I'm telling you, like, just live your life. Most people probably wouldn't do it, and I'm not most people, so that's fine. So I plan to stay here for a little while, and then I'll bounce around. I've got my show in Arkansas, so I'll fly to Arkansas, I'll do the show there. I'll fly to Columbia and visit some family and do some work in Columbia. Then I have some other places that I need to travel to, and I'll just do Airbnbs 3 weeks a month, just kind of see what it is to experience different places, experience different cultures and stuff. And that gives me the ability to travel in and out the country. So I do have some trips to Dubai this year. I'm still going to go back to Kenya. I have a trip to Australia and a trip to Vietnam this year. So, and then I think somebody just added Thailand onto my schedule. So we're just gonna travel. We're gonna work from wherever we are, as long as we have Wi-Fi. We can make money from anywhere. We're good. Okay, what's your live stream about? So my live stream is about, we're just chatting tonight. I don't have anything specific to talk about tonight. I generally talk about marketing, money, mindset type stuff. What's your favorite food? Mac and cheese. Hi, Jace. Thank you. Do I have siblings? I do. I have 2 siblings. I'm the oldest. Thank you for subscribing, BJ. Jace has a lot of highs on here. Be so innocent. Okay, CH Pablo. Third eye reaction. I am people. Okay. Bye, Messiah. Hi. Elaborate more on that. You got to tell me what I got to elaborate on so I can have more context, please. We are very wise to a lot of things. Yes, yes. Bye, third eye. Right, as an older person, I like your eyes. Thank you. Okay. Nothing wrong with that, but being prepared at the moment as well. Yes, I understand. Red flag. What does it mean? It means something that is potentially not a good thing, but it's something that you should be mindful of. Like it's like a take caution, right? Be cautious. Like it may be something, but it may not be something. But just be cautious, because they might come back to bite you in the butt later on. So just be cautious. So red flags mean stop, think about it before you proceed. Okay, spaghetti. I love spaghetti. Spaghetti's good too, but I don't eat meat, so I put something else in my spaghetti. Or I just don't do, I just do sauce and noodles. And then I put like spinach and onion type stuff. Okay, what's your favorite plant-based meal? Okay, so that's a good one. So lately, my favorite plant-based meal is the Impossible chicken, McChicken, like the chicken, and then I get the brioche bread. Is it brioche? I think it's brioche. I don't know. It's like a nice sized bun, and then I put that in the oven. I put the Impossible in the oven for like 15 minutes. Then I flip it over for 5. Then when I flip it over for 5, then I put the buns in the oven for 5 minutes, and I take it out. I put onion, tomato, not onion, onion, pickles, kind of like a Chick-fil-A sandwich, and I make it like a Chick-fil-A sandwich, and I add barbecue sauce, and that's my that's my favorite right now. Usually, I'll do like a homemade like rice, like a fried rice, where I'll put all my vegetables in it, you know, whether broccoli or something, or I'll do a how old am I? I'm in my 30s. Plant bases and plants, yes. I don't love watermelon though. Like, I like bananas. I'm a mango girly, so I had a mango earlier today. I like apples. Excuse me. I don't do a lot of watermelon. But I heard every 8 years your taste buds change. And so it may be coming up on I don't know, it may be time for a change where I might love watermelon. Because every time, there were times where I hated blueberries, but I love blueberries now. So, your taste buds change as you get older. So it does. It maybe soon. I like ice cream. I don't eat it very often though. Try it with broccoli. Okay. No fried chicken. But I would do fried chicken with plant-based fried chicken, yeah. Gonna give your subscribers on how to make it. Which one do you mean? Are you talking about I'm probably reading these so slow. Hold on. I'm not sure. I guess you're talking about the mac and cheese, I think. You like cookies and barbecue. I love barbecue sauce. I could put barbecue sauce on anything. Like, I literally made the mac and cheese and then put a side of barbecue sauce. I love barbecue sauce. I'll put barbecue sauce in my rice. Fun fact, it does taste pretty good. Not like just regular rice, but like when you add certain things to it. I just was looking up barbecue, like Korean barbecue flavored rice. It's good. It's good. Okay. Will you join my live stream? When is yours? You gotta let me know. My grandma has a sweetheart. Yeah, at least you're executing your plan. Thank you. They met in high school. Blessings to you when flying from places. Thank you, Sharon. Your business, you were saying you got a couple. I believe and wanted to know if plant. Wait a minute. Your business, you were saying you got a couple. Believe and wanted to know what plants into that. So my businesses. So one is I do concerts and events. So I do the marketing. I do like the social media. I answer the phones for that sometimes. I do the logistics for it. Sometimes my background is I started off in the plays. Like, I went on tour with Tyler Perry back in 2014, and we toured the East Coast. So we did 5 months up and down the East Coast. And that's kind of what started my journey of like entertainment type stuff. And then after that, I started doing like comedy shows, and then the last 6 or 7 years I've been doing concerts, blues concerts specifically. But I do consulting for other events. And when we do our events, I like to tell people about I love broccoli too. And then when I do other events, I like to tell them, like, for the small create, like, not small creators, for new and upcoming artists, kind of what we're looking for, because we do so many shows, and we have a segment where we do, what do we call it, like, we have the younger, like, the new artists come and perform in front of the crowd, and if they like them, then they get to go on the main stage in the arena and perform on the inside. And so it's a good way for them to showcase their talent. However, when we do that, I'm always telling them, you got to be prepared. You have to know what to do, because you can't just go up there thinking, oh, I can sing in front of thousands of people and catch stage fright, because we did that before. We had an event and it got canceled. It got rained out. So we rescheduled it. And when we rescheduled it, it was in front of, thousands of people. And they clammed up. Their music was skipping. We had a comedian. He couldn't remember his lines. He wasn't funny. And it was just a whole thing. So I said, never again. I was like, we will put you on the outside. We will let you try the outside first. If you're decent on the outside, if you bring the right information, when I say information, I mean making sure you have the right format for your songs, making sure, like, you have at least 2 different formats. So if you have a CD, then also bring a flash drive, making sure you have a performance, like, if I give you like 10 minutes on the stage, you're just gonna walk around and say yo yo yo, or you're gonna kind of engage with the crowd, you're gonna have that stage presence. What kind of genre are you coming from? If are you, because I'm Southern soul and I'm blues, so if you're like rap and heavy metal, then our stuff may not work well together. Like, my crowd may not be what you're looking for, and they may not receive you as well, right? So it's like a lot of different things that I try to let them know when they're coming to us. Okay, let me see here. Roseanne, I'm glad you're not on drugs. Who was on drugs? I'm not on drugs. Okay, let's see here. Ever put bacon? I don't eat meat. I stopped eating. I stopped eating bacon. When did I eat? I stopped eating bacon about 10 years ago. Yeah, it's probably over 10 now. Hi, Timothy. Yes. What about Trump? What about him? He got inaugurated today. Yes. Are you asking, like, my stance on him? He's president. All right, let's see here. Jim Crow, Rosa Parks before the bus came out in a Trump security file release. Okay. I don't know what you're saying. It is Happy MLK Day, by the way. Yes. Do you like him? I've got mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings. I have, I'm not into politics because it gets messy. It gets messy, and then there's too many different things about it. I will talk about him from a marketing perspective. He's good at marketing. I don't know that I would, like, be his friend, I think there's some interesting things there. All right, let's see here. I'm doing good, Timothy. I'm doing good. That's totally okay. Hi, I am lonely. How are you? Y'all are late birds. That's what it is. That's what I know. Y'all are late birds because it's almost 1 a.m. Okay, what's your story on getting to work with Tyler Perry? How you felt. So my story is I interned at a radio station, and then I worked at a PBS station. So I've always been in communication. And then I graduated with a bachelor's in broadcast journalism. So I've always been in like communication. And so when it came up to me, because I was, what, about 20, yeah, it was to about 11 years ago now. And I didn't have any children. I wasn't married or anything. And so I was able to kind of get up and go. And so I ended up leaving my job at PBS to go on the road and go tour with him. And so it was one of his smaller shows. It was Hell Have No Fury, Like a Woman Scorned. And, excuse me. And so he came in, but he wasn't in this particular one like the whole time. So he was kind of in and out. And we traveled from, I want to say we went all the way up to New York, Rochester, New York, I think. And then all the way down to like Miami. And I was at that time, I was tour manager assistant. So my job title was tour manager assistant. I helped with logistics, meaning how the buses are going to move, right? Like, let's say for if you're a truck driver, truck drivers can only drive 10 hours before they need a break, right? They have to rest for 8 hours, right? So if we are traveling, how long can we travel? What time is the show going to be over? Then I have to get the musicians. I'm not a musician. Thank you. I am in marketing, but at that time I was a tour manager assistant. And I would have to make sure they got their hotels. I would have to make sure that they got their per diem, right? Because everybody has to get per diem every week. Making sure their flights and their hotel was good. Getting their confirmations. We had to make sure that everything was set up. I had sight lines. So when I was going to, like, let's say we would meet at let's say Augusta, Georgia, for example. We meet at Augusta, Georgia. There was 3 separate buses. There was bus 1. Bus 1 was all the actors and all the entertainers that were actually going to be in the play. Bus 2 was the musicians. So I was on that bus. Musicians was on that bus. And then bus 3 was the production crew. And production means that from the time they get there, they build the entire set, right? And so we may get there. Load-in is usually like 6 a.m. And because they're production, like, I felt bad for like the ladies on production. Because when you are production, you don't get hotel rooms. Like, let's say we have 6 days, and there was one week that we were in a different city every day. Well, unless we're staying in a city for more than one day, they didn't get a room because they weren't going to be there long enough to stay in a room. If they load in at 6 a.m., they have to get out. They have to put all the signs up. They have to build the set. One of the ladies worked she would be like, washing all the clothes and making sure all their outfits were good. Well, she had to be on the production side. So she would never be able to have a hotel room unless we stayed at least 2 days in a place. So production had it probably the roughest because they either slept on the bus. Now, our tour buses had sleepers in them. So everybody had a bunk that they could sleep in. So it was like 3, like top, middle, bottom, top, middle, bottom. And yeah, we would just be on tour. It was fun. It was fun then. Now I think I probably would do it for a little while though. I still miss it because I still love, I'm still very much outgoing, like to travel type stuff. So, that's all. Let's see here. Thank you, Sharon. That's giving me Taco Julia. Okay. May you prosper more. Thank you, Sharon. The back of the bus is why Rosa Parks complain. Okay. Yes. Okay, very organized. So you ready for anything? Yeah, you gotta be. You gotta be ready to pivot and be able to move quickly in any situation. So I kind of spent my last year kind of getting myself ready to be able to move at a moment's notice, travel, drop things that I don't really need, pick up things that I do. I had a dog. He passed away. He was 16 years old, and he died in June of last year. So I have a lot more freedom. And so now I said, okay, now is the time that I get to travel and see things and explore and get to do those things. Because most times we say we do it in our 20s, and then 20s go by, and then we get to our 30s. And I'm like, wait a minute, we're almost to our 40s. So let's slow down. Let's figure out what we want to do. See if it's something, instead of just living life behind the glass, right? Let's go out and actually live the life, right? Instead of watching other people live their lives, live their dreams, let's go out and play ball and see what happens. Like, what's the worst can happen? Because we've already been in the comfort zone, and we know it's not that comfortable. Yeah. So that's so yeah, that's about it. Yes, will you travel again? I will travel in probably the next week or two. I have somewhere to. I fly out on the 10th of February to go to Arkansas for our show, but I think I may go to Columbia first. I have not been to South Carolina in a while, so um, I go and see my grandmother, and I leave. But I lived there for 15 years, so I have not been to visit like friends that live there and other people. And I know they've been messaging me, when are you coming? When are you coming? And so I hadn't physically been there to see people in like almost April will be 3 years. So I'm gonna go and spend some time in Colombia. But generally, like when I go somewhere like that, I need to have. I don't. I love to spend time with people and stuff, but I still need to make sure that I'm being active and doing something. So we'll see what that looks like. So I just need to plan that out a little bit more. My dog's name was Icy. Yeah, he was a Chihuahua Jack Russell mix. So like a little dog, like 12 pounds or something. Thank you. Yeah, and then so funny story is that we surprised my grandmother on Instagram. We saw this video where somebody had surprised their grandmother with a sleepover. All her grandchildren came and surprised her for a sleepover. And so I messaged my cousins. I was like, "Yo, y'all want to try it?" And they was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it." So we surprised her, and we took the video of it, and she freaked out. Ah! And then the video went viral. So if you check my YouTube, you'll see where she went viral, and it was adorable. It was so cute. My grandmother's 91. So anytime I get a chance, I'm always checking on her and going to see her. And she's very able bodied. She can move around like nobody's business. She can drop it like it's hot. She's doing good for her age. And so the video is like just like that. She's very spry, very young, 91. And people keep asking me for a longer version. They was like, we need to see the grandkids. So when I get off of here, probably not here. When I get probably tomorrow, I think I'm gonna make a longer version of the video so y'all can see a longer version of the video with all the grandkids. Hey, honk honk, and that way you'll see everybody. So it's gonna be good. Your mom is 92. Oh, God bless her. That's a beautiful life. Amen. God bless. Thank you, Quentin. Oh, I love that. I wrote that in my journal today. I said, I am royalty. So thank you for confirming that. I appreciate that. Yeah. How do I get my white teeth so white? Good question. I just brush them, and I don't eat meat, and I don't know. I probably would like some teeth whitening stuff, but I guess I'm okay. All right. I would gladly bend the knee. Oh, you bringing me back to bend the knee to Game of Thrones. That's so great. My girlfriend is a 10, but she's mean. Why is she mean? Why is she mean? I don't eat meat. No, get gooder now. I stopped eating meat in about 3 years ago. About 3 years ago. Hey, Manoj. Why not? So I noticed that that's one thing your grandmother teach you that you carry on. Hold on. Okay, so when I was eating meat, I noticed that I wasn't a big meat eater anyway. So it wasn't hard for me to let it go. But what I was noticing was how much, my body was changing, right? And so when I would not eat meat, I would feel so much lighter. I would feel so much better. I would have so much more energy. And I went on a 5 day fast. I flew to Costa Rica, and I did a called Detox Your Life. So for 5 days, we did a water fast. We only had like supplements and water for 5 days, and then we talked about all the things that happens in America with our food and stuff like that. And in those 5 days, I didn't feel like the first or second day, you're kind of like, you're kind of mad because you're hungry. But after that, I felt fine. And so now what I do is I will go like a day or two without food just to kind of cleanse my system, kind of get some of that stuff out. So I did, before I moved out of the house, I have like, I don't want to say I have ADHD because I haven't been tested for it, but it's very hard for me to concentrate, and I don't like moving because it was so much stuff and I was getting overwhelmed. And so I had to tell myself, my sister was like, hey, just stay in one room and fix one room, finish one room at a time. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. So it took me forever to do that. And so I finally was able to get all the stuff out the house. But in doing so, I realized how much when I eat gluten, like bread and stuff, how much it clouds my memory. So it's always like certain things that I can tell when I'm eating, how it makes me feel. And I think they've linked that to ADHD too. It's like if you have brain fog, don't eat gluten. And so sometimes I can tell when I have a lot of bread, like I had some bread this morning, and in my right ear, it goes like I can't hear out of it for like 10-15 minutes. And that's how I know it's like, hey, you've had too much gluten. So it's weird. It's just weird stuff that I know that my body does. So I stopped eating meat, and a lot of it went away. But little things that I'm just mindful of. So now I don't do a lot of dairy. I only do it in certain instances. So yeah, but I don't feel any. I don't feel bad about it or anything because wasn't a big meat eater anyway. So it doesn't affect me like that. And then if I want something, I just eat some plant-based and I'm okay. Yes, you are. Your lip gloss. Thank you. Yeah, I love me some lip gloss. And I said I need to get me a sponsor for lip gloss because I've been wearing lip gloss for probably 20 years. So I eat primarily meat and whole vegetables. I feel terrible eating plant-based. Oh no. I eat a lot of wild meats and grass-fed. But that's good. Yeah. Especially if you're eating like pure stuff, because we just have so much stuff in it. But if it's like pure and stuff, like when I did have like farm to table food, oh my god, delicious. Farm to table was delicious. And I remember having I think it might have been like lamb or something. It was really good. Now I feel like if I was maybe outside of the US, maybe I would do something different. But at this point, I've been doing without it for so long, I don't miss it. It's not something that I miss. And then also like I can tell the difference. So what I did do before, I didn't just go full on plant-based. That would be crazy. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. I did like 8 or 9 years with, I would do like 3 weeks on, 1 week off. So I would do from first Sunday, because I worked at a church. So from first Sunday to fourth Sunday, I would do like vegan or vegetarian. And then that last week, because there's usually like 5 weeks in a month, right? So that last week of the month, I would eat whatever I wanted. But I had given up pork for a long time, so I would do that for 3 weeks, and then that last week I would eat whatever I want. And then if there was 5 weeks, let's say there was 5 Sundays in that month, then I got 2 weeks. So then I was like, oh, I'm really good now. And I would eat any chicken, turkey, beef, anything I wanted. And then first Sunday I would go back to my regimen of no meat. And I did that for years, years and years and years. And let's say, for instance, like the Super Bowl's coming up, and my aunt loves to do like Super Bowl stuff, so she'll make like egg rolls with like chicken and stuff in them. Hey, Mika. And so she would make like football food, like Super Bowl Sunday food. And so what I would do is I would take, like, if I had an extra day, I would take one of the days that I had that was my cheat day, and I just would save it for when if I was going out of town, I would save it for that day. Like, let's say I'm going out of town, so I'm not gonna eat these 3 days. I'll go back and I'll be on the fast for my diet, and then when I travel, I'll eat. So I'll move my cheat days around, and so that's what I did that for years, years and years and years. And then when I went to Costa Rica and I did that 5 day fast, then that's when I realized, when I went back and ate again, and all I had was I think I had fettuccine alfredo, and because we were in Costa Rica, it was that really fresh stuff, right? And I had fettuccine alfredo. I maybe got 10 minutes in, and I felt my body go boom. I felt sluggish. I felt gassy. I felt tired. And I was like, dang, that was fast. How fast that hit my body. And I was like, nope, I'm not doing that no more. So that's why I don't do a lot of dairy, because of that. And I definitely had to stop eating meat altogether after that. I was like, okay, no. I can feel it now. I can physically see the difference now. So I'm good. Let me see. I acknowledge your radiance, your highness. You got that glow. Thank you. We as a country need to get back to cooking our own food. Yes, yes. Like, I love to cook. I do. When I have time to do it, yeah. I love cooking. I don't mind it. I don't know if it's fair to ask, but there's something you always wanted to do, but to circumstances you could, but due to circumstances, I think that's what you meant. Not knowing, and I'm guessing you already did or wrong. What? I don't know if it's fair to ask, but there's something you always wanted to do, but I'm not sure what you're asking. You said not guessing. Yes. Yes. But I feel like a lot of times that's what happens with dairy, because most of us are intolerant, meaning our bodies can't process that stuff, right? Because I can't remember, I read something, it was like, well, what other animal drinks other animals' milk? It was like, only humans do that. So I was like, oh, that's true, I guess. So, yeah. Do I ever go live when I cook? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I haven't done that yet. I have not done that yet. But I'll put that on my to-do list. I almost did it though. Like maybe a couple weeks ago. But I have to figure out what I want to cook though. So I can show it to you all. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, Lewis, you're funny. Okay. You need to see that, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. see here. What else he got? So where's everybody from? I think Sharon said, I think she said Texas, right? Memphis, Tennessee. Okay. I've been to Memphis. It's been a while. Yeah. Memphis was fun. Sorry, my wording was asking, is there something you always wanted to do, but due to circumstances you couldn't? Oh, that's a good one too. So, always wanted to do, but due to circumstances I couldn't do. Probably travel, I guess. I would think travel. Travel and then have $1 million business. But I think mine was always mostly just fear. Not necessarily that I couldn't do it, but it's like trying to step outside of that comfort zone for me. And that's what I would say. Oh, thank you for leaving me a like. Thank you. Have a good night. Yeah. I'm going to get off here. Oh, it's 111. I like signs. Okay. It's AKAR and machete down here. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Is it cold there? Is it cold where you are? I want y'all all to stay warm because it is freezing here in Atlanta. It's like in the teens or something. Oh my, yeah. It's freezing. So, this winter is not like the others. That's for sure. That's for sure. We definitely are getting some cold weather. Yeah. All right, y'all. It is after 1 a.m. It is getting late. Giving Goddess of the Universe vibes. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I have had so much fun with you all. I will be back tomorrow and we will do this again. Okay? I gotta go to bed. I am tired. I'm sleepy. I only date vintage. What? You are so funny. Okay. Good. All right. Make sure y'all get notified so when I come back on tomorrow, I get to see your beautiful faces and hear or read your beautiful comments. I can't really see all your faces. Okay. All right.